Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. Uh, we are the brothers-in-law, and tonight, this is a pre-recorded show, but it will be airing on our regular scheduled time for Thursday night at 8:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'd like to take the time to welcome everybody to the show. Thank you for joining us last week on our live. We had a great discussion, and it was really, really informative. Uh, so if you haven't checked out our last video, I'll go ahead and put that link down in the description below after we finish tonight, so you can check that out. Very informative information we put out last week. So if you're new to our show, my name is Corey. On this show, we talk about police-involved incidents that occur around the country, and Mike and I give our analysis on whether the officer acted as a reasonable officer. In other words, did they do things that are within reason, lawful, and we also take a look at the actions of the citizens to see if their actions were appropriate, and follow our acronym of CALM that we come up with, which stands for comply, answer questions, listen, and move on, where their situation had turned out differently. Now, we all know that you may agree with us or disagree with us. We know there's a lot of keyboard warriors out there that just flat out hate police, and that's all fine and dandy. But at least have a proper and respectful discussion with us, and leave your comments down below. Keep it respectful, man. We ain't out here trying to blast nobody and it's a call people names, this, that, and the other. We're just here to give you information on why a situation probably turned out the way it did, and how not to put yourself in those types of situations. So again, welcome. My name again is Corey. I'm a former Virginia State police officer and retired Navy Chief Petty Officer, 21 years of service. And my co-host tonight is Mr. Michael Bradley. Welcome.
What's going on? Hopefully we have some good viewers today. Well, Thursday, since it's pre-recorded. But I'm Mike Bradley. I'm a retired patrol officer in Northern California, 26 years, and I'm also a 6-year Army veteran. We got a good one lined up for you. The big one that's out right now is this Dexter Reed shooting in 96 shots. They say that you see in the headlines, and you got a lot of opinions out there about it, but we're gonna give you ours. Whether we think that 96 shots is reasonable, or whether there's a lot of questions that we have, I think, that don't necessarily affect the outcome here, of this video. But still, we're gonna show it to you. You can see this video in multiple places on YouTube. If you wanted to watch the video yourself, you're more than welcome to go to those channels on YouTube and watch those videos. I have a video that shows the perspectives of the body camera footage of all 5 officers. And I got this from a site called Police Activity. So you can go to that site and watch them if you want to. We might fast forward some things for time constraints, just to hurry up and show you each of the angles of all the body camera footages. Keep in mind, be warned, this is a graphic video. It is a disturbing video, because a man was shot here. You're looking at a man that gets shot. So it is a disturbing video, nonetheless, whether you agree or don't agree with it. And just be forewarned.
And as always, again, if you're new to our show, please go hit that like, share, and subscribe button for us to get us out there in the algorithm of the YouTube, and share this video out to friends and family, and have a discussion about whether these officers acting as reasonable officers or did they overreact. And this is gaining traction, Mike, and this has happened late last month or early last month. They got the video out really quick because they were already talking about, the police just stopped him just from a seatbelt violation. And didn't tell the whole story, and this is why the police came out so quickly with the video, so that you get to see the whole perspective of what happened, and be able to make your own decisions again, whether or not the officers acted as a reasonable officer. So Mike, if you want to go ahead and set it up, bro, let you take.
Right. So again, be forewarned, it is a graphic video and it does show a little bit of blood. So I want everybody to be forewarned with that. Here we go. This is the first officer. Her body camera footage starts here. Here we go. Let me hit the volume.
Before you want to set it up and how this came about.
Yeah. Now, what we good idea. What we don't understand, we know. Hold on. Roll the windows down. We know that this was a traffic stop by what looks like a tactical unit here. Tactical unit is on the streets. You know, this is Chicago. You hear about gunfire, gunplay all the time in Chicago. It seems like the way the media portrays it, everybody named my mama got a gun in Chicago. So this tactical unit is doing what I assume enforcement in an area. And it seems like they knew this guy possibly had a gun, or they were looking at this guy maybe. I'm guessing here. These are the questions that I have. They ended up saying they stopped him for a seatbelt violation. So far, it's a traffic stop for a seatbelt violation. Now, I don't know how they saw the seatbelt violation. I don't know, because if you look at his windows are pretty tinted. So did they see him with his windows down at some point, with him driving without a seatbelt? I don't know. Those are some of the questions that we have that we don't know. But at any rate, they're doing the traffic stop. He stopped. Should have probably known these were cops. Okay. I'm sure if you in Chicago in certain areas, you probably see tactical units all the time. Okay. There's no reason to think that this is some street gang out to get him or something like that. Okay. But they're doing the traffic stop on this guy. And this is how it unfolds.
Roll the window down. What are you doing? Roll this one down. Roll that one down too. Hey, don't roll the window up. Don't roll the window up. Do not roll the window up. Unlock the doors now.
Okay, we gonna pause it quite a bit here, because I'm telling you what I would be thinking as an officer, step by step. You tell him to roll the windows down. He rolls the window down. Okay, all right. But then, as you can see, he starts to roll the window back up. Like, don't roll the window back up. I'm telling you to keep the window down. That's a red flag number one. Those windows are tinted. They're tinted really dark. You don't know what he's got in there. You don't know what he's trying to do. Okay. And that's a red flag, right? So that would cause me to be a little amped up, because you're steadily rolling the window back up. That is tinted. So I can't see what you're doing. Okay. And I'm telling you to roll the window down. Right, Corey?
Yeah, you can't see what he's doing, and you don't know what's inside the vehicle. I'm not sure if they got a good look and see who else is in the vehicle with them. You don't know what they have in it, and that's one thing that a lot of police officers will do, folks, is when your windows are tinted, especially at nighttime, they'll typically ask you to roll those windows down. It's just to see who's in there and make sure nobody has a weapon. Because I tell you, especially at nighttime, rolling up on a vehicle in the dead of night and they got dark tint, it's a lot of stories out there where the guy is sitting in the back seat, and as soon as the officer walks up there and pops the officer, it happens. So yes, it is an officer safety issue to know who's in the vehicle and what's inside of, because just like you don't want to get shot, heck, I don't want to get shot, either. So it's important to leave the windows down.
Now, would a reasonable person roll his window back up? No,
No.
A reasonable person wouldn't do that. So that's why it's a red flag.
Well,
yeah,
I think in this situation, Mike, he was. I read somewhere where it said he probably did it because somebody said that he was afraid, and so he rolled back up. Still, that's not what.
Still, what you think's gonna happen? I mean, you afraid? Okay, let's go that route and say you're afraid. You think you're gonna be protected because you rolled the window back up? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No, you know, you're being stopped here by police. Any reasonable person would know that they are being stopped by police. You're not going to do anything that makes these cops think that they are in fear of their safety. Okay, you got black tinted windows. You rolling the window up so I can't see inside. You know, I would say you doing that because you know you riding dirty, and you think in some way that's going to conceal officers' advantage because you don't want them to see what you got. Okay,
that 100%.
And you're right. When I rolled up on vehicles that had tinted windows like that, there is a bit of a pucker factor. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know who is in that vehicle and what their intentions are with you approaching that vehicle.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Here we go.
Unlock the doors now. Unlock the doors now. Open the door now. Open the door now. Open the door now. Honestly, go David, shots fired, shots fired. Shots fired. Ferdinand and Avers, 10-1, 10-1. Shot fired. Officers hit. We need an ambulance. Officers hit. He's right here. He's good. Hands. Hey, I'm moving in. Hey, who's got me? Who's got me? Dude, don't fucking move. Don't fucking move. Fuck. Don't move. Don't move. Hey, don't move. Hold on. Hey. You need to now! Okay, he's still breathing. Hey, you got us? Watch us. Hey, don't fucking move! Do not fucking move! I don't know where the gun is. Hey, dude. Let go of the gun. Let go of the gun. Let go of the gun. I got this hand. Give me the close. Give me the close. Hey, are you good? You're right. Hey, you're good. You're good.
It's just my head.
Okay, just breathe.
And my gun is over there.
Where is it?
Down over there.
Hey, St. Louis' gun is somewhere. Look, we have it. Come here.
Take it out. Come on.
Sit down. You're good. Sit down. Fuck. You're good. I can see those. He's a past release now? Nothing happened. Just breathe. Okay, but just breathe. Just breathe. Okay, just stop. These are my favorite pants. Oh, let me go. Don't move too much. He's okay. Look at me. Look at me. Breathe. Let me get my vest. Nobody say anything. It's just his hand.
Yeah, he's over there. Yeah, go.
Yeah. Spanish. We all need this.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He's on the grass. He's on the grass. Trying to do a silly.
Where's Spanos? Where's Spanos?
You guys.
Tommy, come here. Come on. Don't say anything. Everything quiet. No. Wait, hold on. A card that doesn't have an in-car camera. Where is he? Where do you want us?
Look, that one guy is still walking around with his gun in his hand. He was one of the officers involved. They need to grab him and they need to sit him down with the other ones. You know what I'm saying? Like doing with the other ones.
Right.
All of us were shooting.
Okay, all right.
Hey,
All right, let me fast forward to the next angle of next officer body camera.
Do not fucking roll it up. The doors now. Open the fucking door. Unlock the doors now. Open the fucking door. Unlock the door now. Open the door now. Open the door now. Open the door now.
Okay. Let me go to number 3. The third officer, his body cam. Let me speed it up a little bit. I think this guy right here, I think he just traumatized right now because he was in a shooting. So they're trying to calm him down. This is the guy that was hit. This guy, but he was hitting the arm, upper wrist area. Right.
No one go to the car. Go to the car. That's my magazine.
This is the third officer. Third officer body cam.
Do not roll the window up. Look who's here. Unlock the doors now. Unlock the doors now. Unlock the doors now. Open the door now. Open the door now. Open the door now. Stay low, it's good. Shots fired. Shots fired. Pick it up. Where's Jay Lewis? Are you hit? Are you hit? Give me your submachine.
So he was the one on the passenger side. He was the first one that got shot.
Yeah.
Let me see your hand. Let me see it. Hey, you're good, Jay Lewis. You're good. You're good, brother. You're good. Hey, squad, officers, hit the arm. He's good for now. Only one shot to the arm for now. We're all good. Pick it up. You good, brother? Take your vest off. Take your vest off. I'm gonna do a blood sweep. Blood sweep. Blood sweep. Blood sweep. Blood sweep. I got a tourniquet. Just my hand. Is your leg good? Tourniquet applied. Tourniquet applied. Come on. This is St. Louis's gun. Fuck, man. Fuck. 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 I got his gun. I don't know. Hey, hold on. Hey, what is that? St. Louis's gun? Hold that St. Louis's gun. I don't know. Hold on. Take your vest off. 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 Take it off. Come on.
Glad to see footage from St. Louis's body cam.
Yeah, I think this guy, he's just, traumatized, basically. He's just been in a shooting. Real quick, you hear that one officer saying nobody say anything. That's normal, folks. They're not trying to hide anything. That's normal. You remember, an officer is under criminal investigation too, if you involved in the shooting. So we got the same rights as any citizen, to tell you the truth. So when you are involved in a shooting, it is normal that you shouldn't be talking and blabbing off at the mouth. That all happens when you get back to the station and your supervisors, your superiors are interviewing you, asking you the right questions. Okay. The only thing that you should be saying outside at the scene is, are there any outstanding suspects and who's hurt? You know what I'm saying? Is all the guns and weapons accounted for? You know, stuff that is important for community safety. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you shouldn't be talking and going into detail about the shooting itself. Okay, that takes place at a different time. Reason being, you just involved in a shooting. You traumatized yourself. Okay, you need to calm down, get your thoughts together about what happened. Okay, before you start just spitting off random stuff that could be taken, you know, one way or the other. So that's not some secret, you know, thing that officers are trying to hide something or nothing like that. That is normal. Okay, here we go. All right, let me go to number 4, the 4th officer here. Fast forward to 4th officer. So he already went through one magazine. He reloaded already.
Where's he at? Hey, the EMS here now. Partner's here. My partner's here. I got you. Come on. Squad, here now.
This is pure adrenaline.
Yeah.
So if you realize they ain't doing nothing at this point, they're trying to regroup, rethink what's going on. The threat appears to be down, but they don't know if he still has a gun on him. They don't know if he's still alive. They don't know if he could pop up and pop him real quick. So they're trying to systematically handcuff him and then start first aid. Okay. And make sure that he doesn't have a gun. You even hear the female officer say, let go of the gun, because she's saying that because she doesn't know if he's still alive and actually has a gun in his hand. So she says that just so he, in case he is aware that he hears her saying, let go of the gun. Okay, here you go.
Right. Hey, you got us? Watch us. Hey, don't fucking move. Do not fucking move. I don't know where the gun is. I don't know where the gun is. Hey, dude. Let go of the gun. Let go of the gun. Let go of the gun. I got this.
Yeah, we have an officer shot.
It's good. It's what we got in New York.
See this guy with the brown sleeves, that's pure adrenaline overload right now.
Oh yeah, he's amped up.
Yeah.
We got officer and officer one male offender down. Where's the other? Don't touch that. Don't touch it. Don't touch nothing. Hey, get them back. Get them back. Hey, the fuck back. Oh. What's it? I'm saying this guy hit, man. Are you good? Fuck, man.
Yeah, he's adrenaline overdrive.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys just go in the car right now. Look at this. All right, just relax. Just relax.
All right, let's go to the last body cam here. Let me fast forward a little bit. We can go to the last officer body camera here.
Oh, yeah, it's the one.
This officer that got shot.
And hold this one down too. Hey, unlock it. Shots fired. I'm shot. I'm shot. I'm hit. Give me your phone. I'm hit. I'm hit. I'm hit. Where's he at? I'm hit. Hey, who's he? Hey, he's hit. I got right here. You got me. Let me see your hand. Let me see it. Hey, you're good. You're good. You're good, bro. You're good.
So you got so many things going on here for our viewers, for officers to think about. You were just in a shooting with a suspect. You don't know if this suspect is still a threat because he's on the ground, but you don't know if he has a gun still tucked underneath him or what. Then you got an officer who was hit. You don't know what the condition of that officer is. So all these things are coming into your mind at the same time. Okay, not to mention how much adrenaline is surging through your body. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep going.
Hey, squad, officer, take the arm. Look for now. Only one shot the arm for now. We're all good. Look it up. You good, brother? Take your vest off. I'm gonna do a blood sweep.
This is the security camera footage from a house.
Roll the window down.
Put your window down, man.
Roll the window down. What are you doing?
Hey, hold this one down,
Roll
too.
that one down too. Hey, don't roll the window up. Don't roll the window up. Hey, do not roll the window up. Do not fucking roll it up. The doors now. Fucking door. Unlock the doors now. Unlock the door now. Open the door now. Open the door now. Open the door now.
Okay, that's it. Then that's it for the video, folks. I mean, a lot going on here.
Yeah, it's a lot of moving parts.
You know, a lot of moving parts. So, you know, the questions, like I said before, they don't necessarily make a difference in the outcome for me. Okay, but the questions that will come out, I'm sure the answers will come out. Is they said they stopped him for a seatbelt violation.
Yeah.
And this is a 5-man tactical unit doing enforcement on the street. Now, there's a lot of reasons why a plainclothes tactical unit would be doing stuff like this on the street, because this is a high crime area. They're targeting people who they believe have guns or commonly known to have guns. They're targeting basically dangerous people. Okay, they don't know if you're a danger until you ain't. Remember, they're in plain clothes, which tells me they're a tactical unit for this purpose. Okay, so they stopped this guy. They say for a seatbelt violation. The seatbelt violation was probably a pretext stop. Corey, what you think?
Well, yeah, and I think that's the biggest outcry over this is, you know, all this because of the seatbelt violation. No, all this is because he shot at the police. That's what happened. In fact, he shot. You can see in the last video, body cam footage, that was the officer that got shot. So, I mean, he was obviously shooting back, and yes, it was a lot of rounds, a lot of different angles, different officers shoot. There's no, how do I want to say it, Mike? It's not about who decides who's going to shoot. If there's a threat, we're all trained to stop the threat until it is done down and no more movement whatsoever. You shoot to stop. And as you can see, as fast as, you know, a lot of those guys, every last one of them changed magazines and got back. Now, just because they shot 96 rounds don't mean 96 rounds hit the guy. You know, those rounds went a lot of different places. I did see a lot of bullet holes in the side of the car, but also the unmarked vehicle was riddled with bullet holes. So,
and plus, you notice
it's not
he was able to get out of the car. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, plus, I mean, he was still able to get out of the car. So, leads you to wonder, you know, how many, you know, shots really, you know, missed him. And then I think the officer that was to the rear there when he got out was the one that took him down. Everybody else's shots probably missed because, like I said, Mike, you got all that adrenaline going. You're not focused. You get what we call tunnel vision, and you're not focused. That's why we teach tactical breathing. So you keep your vision wide. You have a more a wide angle view instead of that narrow view, because you got your adrenaline going, and now your view is just gone. And so now with your view gone, your aim is going to be off. You don't know what you're shooting at. You just shooting. So you got to do that tactical break. Now the biggest problem I had was their tactics of approaching the vehicle.
Yeah, a lot of crossfire going on there.
A lot of crossfire, guys stepping into other, being flagged by other officers. Like, yeah, that was really sloppy on their part. But that still doesn't take away from the outcome, right?
No,
no,
I don't.
You stop the guy in front versus having a car in the rear, and the way we normally do it here. And I've been with our guys on doing drug busts and stuff like that. We would always go. You'd have one uniform trooper go with the plainclothes guys to initiate the stop, right? And then they come rolling up. That's how we do it here. Other agencies are different. I get that. Their tactics can be a little bit different than ours, but an tactical way, I wouldn't have done it like that. But again, it was game on. Once that red flag went up, when he started rolling that window up, that red flag comes up, the hair on your back and your neck starts standing, because now you got to start processing, okay, why is he doing it? You got to process this information quickly inside your head. Now is he becoming a threat? Yes, at that point, that's when they drew their weapons. I would have too, because now you're rolling up. Now I got to think, okay, what's your angle now? Because like you said, Mike, in the beginning, this is not what a reasonable person would be doing, rolling that window up on you. Right. So now I got to be ready, because if you coming at me, I got to make sure I get to jump on you before you get to jump on me. Right. I want to go home too. He shot first. And you can clearly see. And this is why they rushed to get this video out so quickly, because the media was already putting out that the cops just shot him 96 times because of a seatbelt violation. No. And this is what pisses me off about media, because they're only going to tell you one side of the story and get people on an uproar before the real facts even come out of what really happened. And I'm glad we have body cam footage now, and we can get this out quickly if it's feasible to do so.
I agree. I mean, when you let's quash any belief that he didn't know these were cops and he didn't know he was on a traffic stop. He obviously, I'm sure people in this area of Chicago probably, like I said before, probably have seen these tactical units several times. They were no stranger to these tactical units making traffic stops on them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't buy that whole argument of he probably didn't know who these people were. They came at him with guns, and they didn't know why they were stopping him, and they didn't know this. He didn't know that. He didn't know this. He was just afraid. I call bull on that. Okay. Any reasonable person would know, okay, I'm on a traffic stop here. This is high intensity. Let me make sure I do what I need to do, okay, to show these officers that, hey, I'm good. But these tactical officers made a stop on him, and they knew that this was going to be high strung, I think. That's why they're in tactical gear, and they made a stop on this person, okay? And rightfully so. He should have been stopped. Obviously, he was one rolling around dirty with a gun who's shooting at the cops. So that tells me right there that, yeah, you needed to be stopped. Okay. Yeah. Pretext or not, you needed to be stopped. Okay.
Well, now, and then there are some too that would say, these pretextual stops are unconstitutional. Well, it is against the law to not have your seatbelt on. You're supposed to have your seatbelt on. So I don't know how that's racist or not, or unconstitutional or not. I mean, that's irrelevant. I mean, the guy shot. Do not see the guy shot. So if you shoot me, guess what? You shoot at my partner, guess what? You're getting shot back, right back at you. That's just how it's going to happen. Sorry the young man lost his life. I truly am. But it was a choice and a decision that he made in that moment. And that was not a good choice to make.
Let me ask our viewers. I mean, do you think this was a guy that was going to follow the CALM acronym? Probably not. He was sitting in the car, tinted windows. These officers came up here. He knew he was being stopped. Okay. Why he was being stopped is really irrelevant. It's really beside the point. If you are a driver and you a citizen sitting in a car and police roll up on you and stop you, we could get to the why later. Okay. But you need to make sure you're doing what you need to do so these officers don't think you a threat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, that's a good question. Another question I have, do you think, to our viewers, do you think pretextual stops are unconstitutional? Let us know in the comments down below. Be interested to know how you guys feel about pretextual stops.
Yeah.
If you feel they're unconstitutional, please leave a comment down below and give your reason why. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. You're entitled to your opinion.
I think we talked about this before, Corey, in one of our past shows.
Yeah.
There is a purpose for pretextual stops. Okay. Criminals aren't going to just come up to you and say, "Here I am, take me to jail, officer." They're not going to do that. But you have to find ways to contact them legally. Okay. You have to find ways, a pretext. You don't have a seatbelt on. Guess what? That's my license right there to stop and contact you. All right. Because you don't have a seatbelt on. Okay.
That's right.
Now, in this case, Corey, you know, they're trying to say, well, how could they know he didn't have a seatbelt on? I don't know. But the bottom line is that he was being stopped for whatever reason. Okay. Can be proved later. Okay. But at this moment, he was being stopped. And yeah, he probably should have followed the acronym of CALM, huh? Yeah. But he didn't. And you know why he didn't? Because he knew he was being stopped. He knew he was riding dirty. He knew he had a gun on him. He knew he was probably up to no good and was getting ready to do something or had already done something. Okay. Or something like that.
He was just one of those ones that didn't want to go back to jail because he knew he was a convicted felon. I've read something about his past, but I can't remember. So I don't want to say anything, but I know he's had run-ins before. And I think one of the offenses he had was possession of a firearm, and he should not have been in possession of one. Again, so you know, what's the reason why you're shooting at police? Because you don't want to go back to jail. I mean, I've had guys I arrested tell me this. You know, when we get into a fight, so thank God none of them shot at me. But I'm sorry, I just didn't want to go back to jail. So that's why you want to fight me, because you don't want to go back to jail for something stupid. Like, man, come on. It's senseless. Should this guy had been killed? No, had he just realized, F it, you caught me. It's over.
Yeah,
you got me. But I mean, to sit and fight and shoot back at police, what do you expect to happen? And I just, again, my argument is with the media. Just tell the truth. Tell the guy wasn't on his way to pick up his PhD from the university down the road. The guy was involved in some type of illegal
activities
and carrying a firearm that he had no business carrying, and then shoot at the police. So, I mean, how upstanding was the guy?
Well, that makes a lot of sense of why a tactical unit like this would be stopping him in the first place. Perhaps they knew who he was. They knew who he wasn't supposed to have guns. Okay. And they knew that he most likely was carrying a gun at that moment. Okay. That would make sense, You know what
I'm
I'm saying?
sure they knew who he was.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure there's more to that hasn't come out yet. But then the 96 shots, okay, you know, the media will say 96 shots. Should he have been shot 96 times? Well, folks, if you think of it this way, an officer, he could have like as much as 17 rounds in a magazine plus one in a chamber, okay? And then have 2 or 3 extra magazines on his belt with the same amount of bullets, okay? 96 rounds between 4 officers is only about 20-something rounds, right? 20-something rounds. You could go through a magazine of 17 rounds, just 17 rounds, very quickly. Think of it this way. Your adrenaline is pumping. A guy is now shooting at you, okay? Your life or somebody else's life depends on how fast you pull that trigger until that threat is gone. You think I'm thinking about how many rounds I'm firing? I'm going to pull that trigger until I am convinced that this person is no longer a threat, okay? My adrenaline is going to be pumped up. I'm going to be pulling that trigger as much as I can, as fast as I can until that threat is gone. Could that be 20-plus rounds? Absolutely, that could be 20-plus rounds, okay?
And it's not saying all those rounds are hitting the threat.
Right. And I think most people, Corey, don't understand that aspect of the adrenaline pumping. You got somebody shooting at you. I think they think of it like TV, where you shoot them once or twice and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just not the case. If you end up
or shoot them in the leg, why don't they just shoot them in the leg?
Right.
Or shoot them in the shoulder through the window. No, that's not how it happens.
And if you notice on the video, after most of the shots were made, he still was able to get out of the vehicle, okay, and go to the back of the vehicle, which means he was still a threat. If you just shot at me, you still a threat, okay? Or you just stop, you ain't putting your hands up, you know what I'm saying? Or something, anything like that. You run into the back of the vehicle. I don't know what you're doing, okay?
Yeah.
So to me, it's within reason to continue firing until he is down and that threat is no longer. You know what I'm saying? It turns out to be 96 shots. Okay. I don't count rounds when you shooting. You know what I'm saying? You don't count rounds. You find that out after it's all over based on how many rounds are left in your magazine.
Right.
Right? Because you know how many rounds you started your shift with. After that shooting, you got this many rounds left. Well, I must have fired this many rounds. But I don't think of that in the heat of the moment with my adrenaline pumping and I'm being shot at. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to look at it.
Yeah, once you get that and you see your slide lock back to the rear, your initial thought, because you're trained that way, is to reload and get back into the fight, get that weapon back into the fight.
Right.
That's how they're trained, right? It's not, oh shoot, hold on, I only shot 17. I don't think I should be shooting more than that. All right, so let me put my weapon up. No, that's not how we do. That's not how we're trained. That's not how you train law enforcement, and that's not how you train in the military. You get that weapon back in the fight, and that's what they're doing. That's what they're trained to do. I know it might sound harsh, but that's just the realistic of it, folks. Because you got to figure that's a target who's trying. Obviously, he didn't care about life, right? Because he shot at police, right? For whatever reason, and you don't know what they have. So I'm going to continue shooting until that threat is stopped. That threat is no longer a threat to myself, my partners, or any citizen in the surrounding areas. So you're going to continue to shoot until it's done. Now, if it goes, like Mike said, if it goes to your 3 extra magazines that they may carry on them, then it is what it is. We're not counting rounds. But this, I just don't want you to get, 96 shots is a lot, but you got to think realistically. Okay, out of that 96, how many actually really hit the guy? Right. It might only, he might only really got shot until once he got out the car and went to the rear. That's probably when he got shot and killed.
Or hey, let's say let's say for the sake of argument, okay, devil's advocate, let's say he got hit 96 times. Well, he was still able to exit that vehicle and go to the back of that vehicle. So you don't know what he would have been able to do, period. No matter how many times he even may have been hit. Okay. The point I'm making is how many shots are reasonable? Is it 5? Is it 10? Is it 15? You know what I'm saying? Some citizens need to think of that reasoning. Okay. You'll never see a department policy that will tell an officer, you can only shoot 5 shots.
Well, and think about it too, Mike. If you shoot him in the arm, can it not put the gun in the other hand and shoot?
Absolutely.
If you shoot me in my leg, do I still have use in my hands to still shoot at you, or throw something at you, or grab you, and choke you out just because you shot me in my leg? That's Hollywood. And don't get mixed up with that Hollywood foolishness. This is real life. That's why we train center mass in this area here, right? It's the biggest target on the body. Yes, you have a lot of vital organs in here, the heart, the lungs, the stomach, right? And that's where we train to shoot, right here in the center mass, to stop the threat. If it's one shot, you go down, done, bloop, that's it, then that's it. If it's 15 and you drop, fine, then that's it. Because I always think about, I used to tell my guys on FTO page when we talk about these things, and just think about it, what's the movie Al Pacino, not The Godfather, shoot.
You talking about the one where he was doing the bank robberies?
Yeah, he was the cocaine, Al Pacino and Scarface.
Oh, okay.
Scarface. Okay. At the end, he's hamped up on all that cocaine, and them guys just riddling him with bullets. But yeah, he's still coming at it. He still guy was shot like 40, 50 times. He's still going at it. Same thing. You don't know what they're amped up on. So 5 shots might not do it. 10 shots might not do it. 15 shots might not do it. Right? If they're still coming at you, you got to keep going until the threat is stopped. And so, again, I blame media because they'll hype it up. Oh, that's just ridiculous. That's just astronomical. You're making it seem like the guy got hit 96 times. I guarantee you he didn't get hit 15 times. I don't think he did, Mike. Because if he got hit, man, even though you saw how bad the majority of shots, from what I could catch in the video, landed in that back passenger side door. So if he's in the front, he probably didn't get hit. And so and then the guy shooting from the front, everybody around, because everybody was all over the place. Nobody actually took actual good coverage.
They were trying to run and find something. You can see that.
Well, they was definitely running around trying to find.
At least 3 of them were trying to run around to find some type of cover.
Yeah,
doesn't look like they were that successful, but they did.
Yeah, and again, that's what I'm saying. You're all over the place, and you don't know where all those shots landed. Right? And
True.
I don't know how many shots he was able to get off.
We don't.
We don't know.
But, the point we're trying to make here, folks, is no matter how many times or how many rounds were fired, okay, you got to think of your adrenaline and your state of your mind frame. You got somebody shooting. Let's talk about you, our viewers. If you got somebody shooting at you, how many shots are you going to take back at them? You know what I'm saying? And they are still shooting at you, or they certainly ain't giving up. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's going on they're sitting in the car. Okay. The tenant window is rolled halfway up. So you don't know if he's still in there ready to shoot more rounds at you. There's so much adrenaline that pumps through your body. It's not like TV, folks. It's not like, Bonanza or something. You know what I'm saying? If you're getting shot at in real life, and thankful to God, I've never been shot at in real life. Okay. But received plenty of training on shoot, don't shoot scenarios and whether or not somebody is a threat, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I can guarantee you your adrenaline is going to be up there. So you are not going to be focused on counting your rounds. You're only going to be focused, like you said, Corey, tunnel vision on the threat. Okay. And you're going to fire until that threat is gone. And that could be a lot of rounds. You know what I'm saying? Just the adrenaline alone will cause you to pull that trigger until your life feels that it's okay. Or somebody, your partner is okay. You're going to shoot until that threat is down. That could be any number of rounds. And you take 4 officers and you multiply that by 4. Yeah, 96 rounds sounds like a lot. But is it reasonable? It can be. It can be. Now, we have yet to see what they're going to, Corey, what they're going to come up with in this investigation when it's all said and done. We have yet to see that. Okay. But so far, what we seem to know what's going on in these videos, I can't really say that anything is unreasonable yet. You know what I'm saying? Unless they come out and say, well, they come out and say something else that completely changes the game. Okay. I can't say anything was unreasonable. This guy got shot because he decided to shoot at the cops. You see that photo of him that they put on the media of him being a graduate of something. Okay. They put the best photo up there anyway. But this graduate was rolling around in a car with a firearm, okay, ready to shoot at the cops. And then did shoot at the cops. Let's not mistake that. He shot at the cops first. Okay. If you shooting at me and I'm in that close of a range to you, oh, you better believe I'm gonna try to empty my magazine on you. Okay.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
So
100%.
I don't think
and again that's why I say that's why I'm thankful the Chicago Police Department got these body cam videos out quickly. Like I said, they heard that the media was already, certain media outlets were already saying that the police just rolled up on him on this traffic stop and just unloaded on him 96 times without telling the whole story, and even now, you give them the benefit of the doubts and the family members because they're grieving, obviously, but they're making those statements. They want justice. Now, wait a minute, hold on, you shot at me. Dude, you're gonna get shot back. So who deserves justice? Right? You shot at me.
No, I agree.
We don't know what the outcome of this would have been had he not shot at the police.
Yeah, true.
That we don't know.
He would probably been arrested for possession of a firearm. He knew that, and that's why he tried to shoot it out with the cops and get away. He knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. Like I said, he probably had in his head, in that mindset, like a lot of these guys do, that they're not going back to jail. I don't know. He didn't want to go to jail. Maybe he was going to Harvard this fall. I don't know. But it's one of those things like, okay, dude, you were up to no good anyways. Like, if you were that type of, you wouldn't have put yourself in that type of situation. Choices, decisions he made caused the end result, not because he didn't have a seatbelt on. Again, sorry, young man lost his life. I'm sorry for anybody that loses their life over something like this that could have been prevented. So, and I also think too, as citizens, we need to make up our minds. What is it that we want police to do? Do you want them to do police work? This is what police work is, right? You find the criminals out here doing no good, and you get them and the guns and the drugs off the street, right? Or do we just don't let them do anything, and then we as citizens, we call the police after the incident, right after the fact, and they just come in and do the paperwork, and you don't get your car back, you don't get your stolen property back. They keep selling drugs and on your street corners, and your kids will never be able to play outside safely because you don't want the police to do anything because you're worried about these criminals and their their rights. Well, you know what? The citizens who live in that community have a right. They have a right to be safe in their own home. They have the right to be safe to walk down the streets and not have to step over a drug dealer or walk through 5 to 6 drug dealers on a street corner just to go to the store to get some bread and come out and hopefully not to get robbed by these so-called drug dealers on the street. You know what I mean? So they have rights too, and they're taxpayers. These guys ain't paying taxes. They're probably paying taxes to the upper echelon in the drug community because they got to get theirs too. But point being is, you know, as citizens, you need to make up your mind. What is it that you want? Do you want police to do policing, or come, like Mike said, come after the fact and we just do the paperwork and file the paperwork and then that's it?
I mean, my common sense, my common sense was this. Look, this tactical unit was looking at this guy for some reason. They don't have tactical units on the street like that just to harass people. Okay. Right. There is a specific purpose usually for those tactical units to be on the street doing what they're doing. And they're doing it so that they're taking criminals off the street. This guy clearly was somebody who needed to be stopped. He had a gun on him. He shouldn't have had a gun on him. He was rolling around. And this is Chicago. Okay. They got countless, obviously, shootings of people over there. You know what I'm saying? So those cops, you know, they have a challenging task of trying to do something about that. Okay. Getting these criminals off the street. Okay. This guy seemed, obviously, he should have been stopped by the police. Okay. Because he had a gun rolling around in a car, and he's probably just a symptom of a multitude of things. Okay. But nonetheless, he needed to be stopped. They were trying to effectively do something about guns being on the street. They probably knew he was somebody who they needed to stop and wasn't supposed to have a gun. Okay. That I'm sure it will come out later. You know what I'm saying? But the fact is, he got shot because he shot back at the police. He shot at the police. That's why he got shot and killed. I understand the family's grief. I understand that. You know, your son is dead now. You look to him as a successful graduating student or whatever picture they want to put up there. But what you didn't realize is, no, he was rolling around armed to the teeth, okay, ready to shoot it out with the cops. That's a big contrast from being educated. You know, I graduated from this or that, or, you know, you got my photo up there, cap and gown. You know, the big difference from that. So keep that in mind. 96 shots. Yes, a lot, but do I think could it have happened reasonably? Absolutely. It ain't nothing to go through a magazine of rounds if you're shooting real fast.
Right.
Okay. And your adrenaline will make you shoot real fast.
Real fast. Yep. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. We went over just a little bit of an hour tonight, but we thank y'all for watching us tonight. We'll be back live next Thursday, same time, same sandbox at 8:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We hope y'all enjoyed this. Again, leave us a comment below about pretextual stops. Do you think they're constitutional or unconstitutional? And whether or not the 96 shots were excessive or not. Leave us a comments down below and let us know what you think about this video. And if you like this type of content, let us know. Don't forget, if you're new checking us out, please subscribe to our channel. Stay up to date for all our latest videos that we come out with. And I think that is it. Mike, final words?
Nah, when this comes out, it should be close to the weekend. So everybody have a good weekend. And thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And be safe, everybody.
Yep. Have a great weekend. Remember to stay calm, comply, answer questions, listen, and move on. We will see y'all next week. Thank you for watching.
Peace out.